it's time for the questions. Has somebody got a question?
I have a question.
Yay.
When you talk about premises being negative opinions or things that are wrong,
Yeah.
am I to read that if I'm supposed to hate these things or be angry about them?
Yeah, that's a big misconception about my definition of negative opinions. A lot of people think I want them to be angry at everything and hate everything. You know, so when I bring up, because that's the most easily recognized kind of negative opinion, as it were. I only want you to hate something if you hate it and be angry if you're angry about it. So let me talk about what I mean by the negative opinions. It's any negative thing. It's just so it's things that are like annoy you. Your little pet peeves of something. Do you follow? You know, somebody's crazy, or somebody's picking on you at work, or your boss never gives you a break, or there's some things I wish it wasn't that way. It shouldn't be that way. I don't want it to be that way. There's too much of this and too little of that, etc., etc. You know, the public opinion is swaying this way or swaying that way, etc. So one of the important things about the premise, about that negative opinion, is to spend some time, because the premise is a negative opinion about your subject. So you got to be clear about your subject, but most people don't spend enough time, I think, with their negative opinion. It is so important to really identify, you know, that you have a subject of some kind, and you pick something like, well, this person subverts me. You know, everything I do, they kind of find a way to cancel it out. Oh, well, now that's really specific. Okay, and that makes it a much more interesting routine than something, oh, this guy's always messing with me. That's not specific enough for me. I haven't clarified exactly what you're trying to say, because remember, your premise is your message for that routine. You start with a premise, and then all the jokes are examples of that premise until you change the premise. So spend more time. Do a little personal archaeology, digging into yourself, going, what exactly what is my issue with that person or event or you know, thing of any kind, right, that you're identifying that you want to talk about. You've noticed something's wrong. That's kind of where we start. But exactly, very specifically, because that also gives that routine something a little bit more unique about it, because you're being so specific. One guy in a class one time said, I want to say some things about bad things about the Catholic Church, because, you know, and I'm a recovering Catholic, and I was like, okay, but what, you know, and come back with a specific premise next week, and then he came back the next week and said, the nuns lied to me. Oh, okay. Now I'd like to start asking a lot of questions of him and lead him right into all those things about that, and we built a really nice routine based on that very specific thing, okay? Something confuses you, very specific, okay? You know, paranoid can be it, but specifically who's after you, why do you feel that, etc. So the negative opinions, I think, is one of the most important things to explore and specify, because it is it's the angle at which you're going to come at your subject matter in your premise.